Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of our series of how we harvest Christmas trees. So if you can see behind me there, I got a full load of trees on the wagon. You saw in the first part how we cut them, drag them out of the field, bale them up, and load the wagons by hand. And now we're headed over to the other side of the farm. We got about a 10-minute ride here over to our loading docks and parking area. And we'll show you how we unload the wagons and load them on the tractor trailers. So since I have a couple minutes while I'm driving here, I will give you guys a little bit more detail on how we operate here. Basically, it is my dad, myself, my uncle, and my cousin who kind of run things around here. And basically what you saw this morning, the field work, the cutting and baling, my dad and I pretty much handle that aspect of things. And what you're about to see, the shipping end of things, that's kind of the domain of my uncle and cousin. Although we all kind of pitch in wherever we're needed, and we all kind of bounce around and do a little bit of everything. But primarily that's kind of how we operate. A little bit of a bouncy ride here. And so they basically tell us what needs to be cut when, and they're the logistics of the operation. As I mentioned in the first video, you saw the tags on the trees. Everything is pre-graded and pre-inventoried and sold to customers in advance. Everything you're seeing in these videos is what we call wholesale trees. They go to wholesale buyers who buy by the truckload and sell in tree lots and garden centers. Our markets are primarily New Jersey, Philadelphia, those areas. We ship as far west as Pittsburgh and some up north, but primarily a lot of our trees are going into the New Jersey market. We also do have a choose and cut operation. We open up Black Friday and you can come to the farm and pick out your own tree and cut it. And we have gift shop and food and wreaths, the whole works. But what you're looking at here is the bulk of our operation, and that is primarily wholesale. So I'm gonna get these over to the yard and I'll bring you guys back when I'm over there, and I'll kind of take you for a walk around and show you exactly how that part works. Alright, so we are pulling into the yard here where we have our loading docks and our choose and cut area. If you've ever been here for a choose and cut tree, this is going to look awfully familiar to you. That's the front of our gift shop and the food stand there. So that might be familiar if you're a choose and cut customer. And I'll take the minute to give a plug here to our choose and cut, hillfarms.com, or look us up on Facebook at Hill Farms. All the information's there for the choose and cut. You can see there's one truck there that's just about loaded, and we have capacity here to load 3 tractor trailers and a small truck at the same time. So we always have a lot of stuff in motion, and I'm going to pull in here and get parked a second. So I'm back here with the load in the lot, and you can see my cousin Nick there is on the tractor trailer loading that one. We got Trey, he was in the first video. You're making a cameo in both videos here. He's loading trucks right now. So we got 2 tractor trailers here being loaded at the same time, and they kind of do a lot of bouncing back and forth from one load to the next as we're bringing trees out from the field. They're going through the paperwork and making sure those trees get on the right load. So there's a lot going on here, a lot of moving parts and pieces. So you can see we've got a bunch of these wagons. We got about a dozen wagons in total, and we just shuttle them back and forth. I'm gonna drop this one, hook up to an empty, go back out to the guys in the field. They have one out there. So we're in constant motion here. So I also want to show you how he unloads these wagons. There was a very specific reason I showed you in the first video, those bunks that the trees sit on. Well, we don't unload these wagons by hand. We came up with a system many years ago, and I'll take you up top on the loading dock and show you how that works. So we have this special grapple we designed many years ago. In fact, I was in high school when they made this. I didn't actually make this. It's over 20 years old. I guess I'll date myself with that. And it's about a 9-foot long grapple that opens and closes. And you can see there they were done loading that particular variety. So he puts it in what we call bins. These things here with the T-post we make up. So we can unload that entire stack off of the wagon and drop them in these bins, or take them right to the truck. If they're going right on the truck, we'll pick the whole thing off the wagon and take it right to the loading dock and load it right on the truck, or go into a bin for when the right order comes, we can just pick it out. So that saves us a lot of manpower, a lot of double handling of the trees, and it really works well. So you can see, looking down here from the loading dock, how the truck gets loaded. We try to make rows about 7 or 8 trees, and we just do layers. You know, try to tuck them in nice and neat, and then when we get built up about halfway, we'll tie ropes across the stakes to keep the stakes from bowing out. And that works pretty good. Makes a nice tidy load, and the truckers will come and they'll strap it down before they pull out with it. We actually don't do our own trucking. We actually have 2 local owner operators that do a really great job of keeping us fed here with trailers and hauling all our trees. So that's one thing we don't have to worry about, fortunately. So I will take you back down here, and I think he's about to unload my trailer for me. So we'll take a look and get an up-close view of how that grapple works. So he's actually going to unload the wagon that I just brought in. So you get a good shot of this. That's a lot of weight there. And that's either going to go up into a bin or, like I said, right on the truck, depending on what they need here. So that single implement on that skid loader has saved us hours and hours and hours of back-breaking labor. Just being able to pull off 30, 40 trees at a time, rather than having to do it all second time, unloading it and then throwing it on the truck. So I'm sure somebody is probably going to ask in the comments, well, I'll answer it right now. If you're wondering how many trees we get on a tractor trailer, it's variable. It depends on how big the trailer is and how big the trees are. But typically anywhere from 600 to 800 trees go on a tractor trailer. That's a load. And we are extremely busy. As you can imagine, we have usually at least 1, sometimes 2 trucks going out every day from here until Thanksgiving. It's the middle of November now. Actually, this year we're very busy because it's really only a 2-week season. Thanksgiving's super early this year, and we can only start when the weather is agreeable, because obviously we want these trees cut as fresh as possible. So we have to wait for it to get cold, and you know, to make sure that the weather is perfect, that we're going to be sending the best possible product we can. So he's coming out to unload my second bunk right now. Just like that, I'm empty. So I'm gonna let these guys to it. They're gonna keep plugging away on these trucks. They got 2 to do today, and I'm heading back out to the field. So there you have it, guys. That's kind of how the shipping end of things works. It's a pretty neat process. We've kind of gotten pretty efficient over the years. We've been in business here since 1938. So, you know, we have a little bit of experience behind us. I was originally planning on making this a 2-part series, but I'm enjoying making these videos so much, I'm going to give you a bonus 3rd part that'll be coming out shortly after this one. And I'll give you a little bit of a teaser. I'm going to be talking about how we harvest our big trees, and we're going to be using this machine right here. Now, if you follow the channel, some of you guys have seen that machine already. It was custom made. I made it a few years ago specifically for handling big trees. And get out of the lot here without hitting anything. And you know, it works pretty neat. I think you'll find that very interesting. So I'm going to include that as a 3rd part to this series. I really like showing you guys the tree farm side of things. It's a little bit hectic because we're so busy here, but I'm squeezing in a couple minutes here and there to shoot these videos, and I hope you like them. If you do, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're new to the channel, Christmas trees is kind of a side subject here. We primarily talk about forestry and sawmills and lumber and logging and all that stuff. But we also enjoy sharing the inside behind the scenes of the Christmas tree farm here too. So I'll catch you guys on the third part and see you later. Thanks for watching.